Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SportOn, a wonderful weekly catch up of sports and sporting lives. Some wonderful personalities who have been with us over these last 6, 7 weeks now. And I would like to really thank IISM and my friends Nilesh and Rasika for making this happen for us, for me, that I could get this opportunity to come and be with you guys over this wonderful sessions of the SportOn series where we talk sports. Thank you. Thank you to each one of you for all your love and support. Thank you for team IISM. Thank you to my wonderful team Ignite. And of course, my home production. During these times, we've been able to bring some wonderful sessions to you. Thank you all of you who are joining in. Rahul, hey Nishad, good to see you, buddy. Mitasha, yay, it's good. Some great friends, some wonderful people, and welcome you wonderful students who are all here, This is all primarily for you to be able to pursue this wonderful world of sports, which we all want to kind of share our experiences with you. Nilesh, welcome in. Thank you so much. Rakshit, good to see you, buddy. So it's been 6 episodes of SportOn done, and here we are on a finale episode, 7th episode of SportOn. And what a way to get this finale on with a wonderful person. I'll call him a wonderful person because he is a personality, he is a superstar, he is a rock star. But his love for sports, his love for fitness has always inspired me, and I'm sure millions of people across the world, apart from India. We all know who our guest is today. Yeah? He's a very dear friend for many years now. He's the owner of the Northeast Football Club, a premier team of ISL, our Premier League of the country for football. He's a brilliant ambassador for sports and fitness. With a lot of noise wherever you are, guys, let's welcome John Abraham in the house. And as I bring in John, I must tell you some wonderful stories we've had over the last so many years. 25 years, and it's been a pleasure to see him the way he is even now. Jonah!
Hi guys, hi, how are you?
So good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Shaju, and congratulations on the fantastic work that you're doing with IISM. So really proud of you and proud of the things that you're doing for sport in this country. Very, very important, very needed.
Absolutely, John. And we've had such wonderful memories of sports.
Yeah.
We have a passion too. Fitness, I lag behind a few steps or a few miles behind you. I keep trying to catch up.
Not at all.
Yeah. But first, thank you so much, John. On behalf of ISM, especially Rasika and Nilesh Kulkarni, who are the founders of the wonderful institute. It's one of its kind in the country, John.
Nilesh, congratulations. And Shaju, I like the jersey you're wearing.
Do you know this one? I love this team, John.
Yes, that's this team, Northeast United FC. So very proud of this team. Thank you.
Go Highlanders, as we say always, John.
Highlanders, yeah. Very proud of it.
Really. Wonderful, yeah. And of course, John, a lot of thank you from friends who have been texting me, calling me when they got to know you're coming on this episode. My wonderful team at Ignite. Great love for you, industry friends. A lot of students who are here waiting to hear stories about you, especially sports and what has happened in this life for you. And a lot of fans here, John. Of course, there would be questions coming here. Yeah. But what we'd like to do is kind of stay in the sports discussions here, primarily, guys.
Yeah.
So we'll keep this conversation going pretty easy. I'll probably take questions from here where you all are. But first, let me get John to say what have you all been here, waiting to hear for. So, John, let's start episode 7. Of the SportOn series.
Yeah.
All good at home, I'm assuming. You've been fit and sporty as always, right? All good at home and with you.
Absolutely. All fantastic. I'd like for you to lead this, Shaju. Very happy for you to ask me certain questions that you feel that our audience out here, would want to speak about, and sports specific things that you as ISM, part of a curriculum that you've created, would like to talk about, because that would, and if I could be of some value add to that, I'd really like to speak about it.
I'm sure there's a lot in the next minutes we have here before Instagram kind of says 1 hour done. So we'll try and capture as much as possible. John, before we start, I must tell you something. You know my kids, Anaisa, Sean. You've known them from the time they've been born.
Of course.
You know what they tell me sometime back when I was just prepping.
Yeah.
Popsy, don't take stress today. Just chill, okay? You're talking to your friend, John Uncle. So it's a finale episode. Just have fun and you won't have a great chat.
Yeah, but that's the idea. You should never plan what you're going to talk about. Just have fun, speak. And, there are a lot of people who are scrolling in right now. They'll pick up all the good points that we really need to speak about and, we really want to get across to them. And they'll understand that, such a constructive thing that you're doing right now through a very influential platform like Instagram is really important because, everything is not about, negativity or toxicity that exists. There are positive things.
Right.
What we're doing today is speaking about sport, which is positive. It's teamwork. It's fantastic. And it's good to be positive and go out there and have some fun.
Absolutely. And I have loved this during these last few months, John, that sports is a unifier for the world. And I've been living with that. So therefore, I'm completely pumped up. And like I said, the new gen out there really knows what to do. So John, getting it on from the start, what inspired you to get into sports at some point in your life or some memory, when those early days, the growing up days, what got you into sports to begin with?
Well, I played, I always loved football. And I played football when I was a youngster. When I was in school, in the junior team, I used to play for the senior team. Then I captained Bombay Scottish School in football. Then I captained Jai Hind College in football. Then I captained my MBA institute in football. So I always loved the game. And then I played, a bit of A division football with St. Francis DSCC club. My coach, John Alfonso, he thinks about me fondly. I think of him as well. So I really enjoyed football. And I said, hey, listen, in my time, it was all about studies. And I did my MBA, etc. But I said, I one day want to promote sport. And the only way I could do it is, being a part of a football team. And I was fortunate enough that I was offered one of the franchises. I chose the Northeast franchise because 80% of the talent comes from the Northeast of India.
Northeast.
Where domestic football is concerned. And we got that club. Of course, it's been a battle every year to perform, to do well. But, I'm very proud of the region. And, we really want to make a good football team and we want to put on a good show.
Fantastic. In fact, you gave in such good information. There were 2-3 questions all in and you come and bang with all those, like how it happened and all. But John, if I remember right, your mom played basketball, and was that any kind of an influence in your early days, or was it just that you caught on to football straight on?
Yeah, my mom played basketball. She coached basketball in my school. My mom would have played for India. And she fell in love with my father. And things changed, and then I happened. So, I really respect the fact that my father loved sport, and he used to make me sit up through the night and watch World Cup football and tennis and everything. And I personally, I'm just so obsessed with football. I mean, I wish I could play it today, and if I got a chance, I'd love to play it. But I think it's always nice that people around me have been sport lovers, So I think I love MotoGP. I love motorcycling.
Yeah.
I love Formula One. I watch every MotoGP that there is since 25 years now.
Wow.
I love Valentino Rossi. So anybody who sees my Instagram page and sees who I follow.
We know your love for Rossi. They know your love for Rossi.
He's a fantastic guy. I've had the good fortune of meeting him. He's a good man.
Yes, I remember.
I love doing things that are very sporty because I think that makes a difference to your life in a positive way. Sport teaches you to lose, but to lose graciously. It doesn't make you a spoiled sport. So it's always good to be involved in sport.
Absolutely. In fact, John, I must tell you this, a couple of episodes back, we had Yuvraj Valmiki, a superstar hockey player who played for your hockey team. Yeah, he gave a wonderful line he was talking about you and how involved were you as a co-owner of the team. You were one of them. And a beautiful line has stayed not just with me, but a few other viewers who have written back to me. that he said it's about winning and learning. It's not about winning and losing. When you don't win, you learn more. So like you rightly said,
Yeah,
keep at it, right? I want to
absolutely.
pick that one line from what you said, the influence of parents, the influence of your father on you. I got passionate about football, I think, from my dad as well. I remember he used to root for Germany when I was a
Yeah,
10-year-old. We used to watch it on a black and white.
yeah,
I still remember painting my jersey, a white t-shirt I had with the German colors. And since then, I love Germany as much as you do as well.
right. Wow.
How important is it for parents to kind of influence love for sports or to pursue a sporting career for the new gen?
I think very important because we are a generation that's grown up where the parents have only told us that study, study, study. There's no future in sport. And I think that's the Indian mentality where, you're always being told, नहीं यार पढ़ाई करो यार पढ़ाई में ध्यान दो क्योंकि उसके अलावा
Or
कुछ नहीं
नौकरी कर लो.
नौकरी कर लो इंजीनियरिंग कर लो यार मेडिसिन कर लो जो भी कर लो I think it's important for that mindset to change. I wish there is a parent today that says यार क्या करना है तुम्हें लाइफ में you want to do anything do it but do it with your full heart you'll succeed. I think it
Right,
requires guts for parents to say that. So I don't blame youngsters. I think
right.
need to change their mindset. For example, we've grown up with a generation saying, "Kutta katega, kutta katega, kutta katega." For example, today's youngster knows that animals are the most beautiful creatures in the world. Dogs are so
Abs-
beautiful. I believe dogs are better than human beings because they are so nice, so innocent. कुत्ता नहीं काटता है आदमी इनफैक्ट इंसान कुत्ते को प्रॉब्लम देता है. So I just feel it's very important that the mindset of parents change because then the mindset of the youngster will change. We live in a secular.
Absolutely.
It's good to be, that's what sport teaches you that no one is black,
Right.
no one is Hindu, no one is Muslim, no one is Christian. Everybody is the same. And I belong to that fabric where I believe that everyone should be equal.
True.
And that's the beauty of sport.
Yeah. It provides an equal opportunity and equal platform to as many people as out there, right?
Absolutely.
John, if I may, there was that moment in your life where you had to choose, and I'm aware of that, right? And I hope the viewers get to know from this. You're at that crossroad between pursuing football, where you played Division A, and you could have probably gone on to play for Team India, right?
Yeah.
And then you had, and you had the option of education and going for that MBA and then a job.
Yeah.
And at that time, fortunately, unfortunately, you had to choose that path of MBA.
Yeah.
What decided that? And given in today's time, if you had that opportunity, what would you have done?
Today's time, if I had the opportunity, I would have chosen to play football, and I would have liked to play for India. I'm a very proud Indian, and I would, like you said, when we were growing up, we put the German colors, everything. I want a youngster of today to put the India colors,
Indian tricolor.
Yeah, the Indian football team has done fantastic. So I think we need to be proud of our from where we come from, and I think given an option today, definitely football. Not that I think studies is not important, but football or sport is as important.
Absolutely, and therefore I'm thankful to institutes like ISM who's bringing out professional education in sports. Right, today there are opportunities out there. Like 20-25 years back, we didn't have that option for a vocation into sports or sports management. You can be a sports agent.
Northeast United FC, we want students from, say, ISM who can come on board and value to our process, like, not a football manager, but I'm saying, a CEO of a company, a CFO of, it's very different to run a sports company. And it's very different. People ask me, अरे यार ये तो football team है यार इतना आसान होगा लेकिन they don't know that running one football team is like making 2 wars. War, the film. Imagine making 2 films of war in 1 year. It's that
My
big.
God.
So it's very important where your players are your stars, your coach is your director, and the owners are the producers, and the audience is the audience. And
is the audience absolutely?
They say that's bad, and you have to just accept it. But the audience is king, and they deserve to have a point of view in whatever they do. But for us, it's our job. We have to make a good team. We have to make a good film. We have to have good coaches. We have a good director. We have to have good actors. We have
good actors.
So, and sport teaches you all that. You learn through permutation, combination. The only disadvantage I kind of have, I don't know whether it's a disadvantage or an advantage, Shaju, where my team is concerned. Say, for example, Northeast United FC is, all the other teams in the league are run by multi-billion-dollar corporations. I'm the only individual owner of a team. So I think it runs out of individual passions. As an owner, a
It's
lot of coaches who we interview are surprised that I'm personally asking them questions, and they're saying, "Don't you have a process?" Because in other teams, there's a CEO who asks a question. The owners don't even know what's going on. They don't know
there's
their
a
players.
brand manager, there's a technical manager, all that. Yeah.
They don't know what's going on. But I know when I speak, I say I need a
Things.
number 6, number 8, a number 10, a number 9, a number 7, a number 11. These are the numbers. These are the positions. So sometimes the coach says, "Yeah, are you the
Owner.
owner team? Are you a technical person?" I say, "No, I'm just very passionate about football."
Absolutely, absolutely, John. And that shows with the team as well, right? And what you do. In fact, John, I remember coming with you for the first match in Guwahati. Remember when we traveled in and I kind of helped you with some setup? We kept
Yeah,
traveling and traveling because I had not gone beyond Goa, beyond Calcutta 7 years
yeah,
back when we went for our first match.
yeah,
Logistical nightmare for you, right?
yeah.
I
It's
mean,
very,
and then 8 states compared to one city or one state. What
yeah,
made you pick? I mean, you told me previously that, the talent there. But what
yeah.
more did you see as a vision? 8 states
No, I
together.
think,
And
yeah, we're the only pan-regional team. Our team is 8 states, one united. It's the entire Northeast. Right now, we are playing in Guwahati, but we'd like to play in Shillong as well, and then move to
right,
Aizawl and Imphal. We believe that we belong to all the states, and I must thank Himanta Biswa Sarma and Sonowal, uh, the respected chief minister of Assam, for really being there for us. Conrad Sangma has been fantastic, the chief minister of Meghalaya. So it's very important to tell you that they've been very supportive to our process. I also
super.
think, Neeta Ambani has been fantastic, just a
Right,
fantastic
yeah.
colleague. And to give credit where it's due, she's personally involved. All these things make a big difference when people are personally involved in the process, and they understand where I come from and where my passion comes from.
Right. In fact, John, if you could probably very briefly give, because there are a lot of students and professionals who are tuned in, that process of choosing the team in terms of a franchise and then choosing your players, in the whole process of setting up a franchise.
Yeah,
If you can just give us a few insight, so we can all join in as well at some point in our lives.
I think it's first of all, I tell you, it's very difficult. It's not easy. Sport is fun to watch. The business of sport is very difficult to do. Choosing a franchise is one thing, but there's so many logistical things that come into it. Shaju, it'll take me. I would really like to go to ISM one day and give a lecture on how to run a sports
Uh,
team, because it's a different process altogether, and you know, uh, uh, it's really not easy. It won't.
it won't come in the two, it won't even be 60 minutes enough, right? It will come out of passion
Yeah,
from you. Yeah.
yeah, it's a
We'll
lot.
keep it. So, in fact, Rasika, if you're in here, I'm sure you are. John has just said you would like to come to the campus. So, I've got one going. She said,
Yeah,
please, if John can come and meet our students, that is
yeah,
like a big one coming.
would love to, because I like sport. I love meeting students. I love understanding what they know about sport, and if I could contribute in any way, I'd love to contribute. Sport, fitness. Uh, I remember the lockdown was March 24th. 8 days in
Yeah.
March, 30 days in April, 31 days in May, 30 days
May,
in
30
June,
days in June.
99 days. 99 days, and you've done about 10 days now. So 108, 109 days. In all these days, I've just missed 2 days of workout. So the workout is not to have a six pack. And I tell this to
Right.
all those who are tuning in also, it's just about lifestyle. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. Um, and that's a very integral part of sport. It's your mindset. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I sleep by 9:30. Confession, sometimes. Now the English Premier League football matches are at
I
12:30.
started.
Yeah, so I watch those and it gets late. But I have a very disciplined lifestyle to a point of it being very boring. I train every day, And like I said, I train not to have a six pack, but I train just to be fit, to be happy. And that's what I tell the youngsters, it's nice if they're watching this. It's good to be on social media, but limit your time to an hour a day, maybe even lesser, because you need to do more physical things to get fit. Like now because of the lockdown, I can't, but I ride my motorcycles. I follow the MotoGP, which is sport. I want to own a motorcycle racing team. I'm doing a film in the Isle of Man where it's about motorcycle
Yes.
racing. I have my bikes. Some people ask me what bikes you have, and I say I have an Aprilia RSV4RF. I have a Kawasaki Ninja ZX 14R, which is beautiful. A Yamaha VMAX, a MV Agusta F3 800. I have a Ducati Panigale 1100. I have a Yamaha R1. I have, I don't know. I love motorcycles. So I have all these motorcycles. I enjoy them. I take care of
Right.
them. And I love each one of them from the bottom of my heart. They're like living beings for me.
They're like your babies, right? Truly, I remember this conversation. In fact,
Yeah,
John, remember one of the first bikes you had? Was it a Yezdi when we had met first in our lifetime?
RD350. There was a RD350.
Right.
And Neelu, your wife, was working with me. And I had an Enfield at that time when Neelu was working with me. And I remember I was the delivery boy. I used to drop her to meet you because you were dating her. So, hi,
Thank
Neelu.
you. Even now I say thank. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's there.
yeah, yeah. So I was the delivery boy, and I used to drop her diligently after work because she had to meet her lover boy. That was you.
This,
So,
and even now she tells me how I wish I knew then my John would have gone to become the super fit and superstar. I would have never come back to you. She tells me now.
she's such a
But
fantastic
what
woman.
wonderful, wonderful
I,
days. Yeah, Mad Sardarni. You know her as well as me, right? But
yeah,
But John, going back to that day, those days, right? You had just started your career after your management, and those days when you and Nilu and Hari, you're all
yeah.
colleagues when I met you. At that time, what did you think your career path or goal was? Because you loved sports and you couldn't pursue that as a sportsman. So, what were you thinking over the next 5 years, 20 years?
Well, I worked in an ad agency, Shaju, and my future I felt
Yeah,
was in media planning. I didn't know one day I would be on the other side of media. So,
right,
it all, like I tell people, I'm an accidental model. I never planned to model. I'm an accidental actor. I never planned to act. I'm an accidental producer. I never really planned to produce, but it all happened by chance. Everything was by chance. I became a model because a model didn't turn up one day in the
true.
agency where I was working in. And my boss said, John, वो पैंट पहन के वो सिर्फ जीन्स का शॉर्ट है कर ले यार. I said, okay, let me finish this work, Hiren. A big shout out to Hiren, my boss. He was fantastic. And I went and I did that shoot, and then I started modeling. Whilst I was modeling, Bhatt Saab saw me, and I got my first assignment, and I became an actor. I became a producer because I didn't like the films I was doing. I
So,
didn't
there you go.
most of the films I was doing, and I said we need to create content, and that's when, after becoming a producer, I made Vicky Donor, I made Madras Cafe, I made Parmanu, I made Batla House. I made the kind of
Fabulous content.
I really believe in doing. So I
Right.
think it's important to do what you really want to do, and I'm so happy that ISM's here, and I'm so happy that there are so many youngsters who are tuning in who would say that, hey, listen, we really want to follow sport
Right.
management and the sport as a curriculum. And finally, we've got someone or something that can help us get there. So I'm
Right.
really that I'm on this in this conversation with you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. And John, and I'm so happy and privileged that I was part of this journey where you moved from a job to, like you said, front of
Yeah,
cam, and then how you took it on.
yeah.
Opportunities kept coming.
When you knew me, Shaju, my salary was 6,500 rupees a month. That's when you knew me. And you knew me when it became 13,800 rupees a month. And you knew me
Right.
from then on. So the money's gone
Yeah.
up a bit, but the attitude is still the same. That's again for the audience out here who's listening.
Who doesn't know?
Yeah, who doesn't know? My attitude is very middle class, and I'm very proud to be middle class in my thought, in my attitude, in my lifestyle. And I think that helps me a lot, because for me, 1 rupee is still 100 paisa. It's very easy to know the price of everything, but it's very difficult to know the value of everything. So I
Right.
the value of things. I've traveled by public transport. I've enjoyed it. And I think everyone must go through that process. Enjoy what you have today. Enjoy it.
True.
But you'll enjoy it and you'll respect it only when you've been through the process. So um, I think for most of the people who are tuning in, it's great, क्योंकि सब लोग तो फिल्म के बारे में पूछेंगे कि आपकी ये फिल्म रॉकी हैंडसम बहुत अच्छी थी, या आपकी ये फिल्म देसी बॉयज अच्छी थी, and it's great. I've enjoyed all the processes. I've worked with a man who's also self-made, Akshay Kumar. He's a lovely guy.
Ah,
Lovely guy. Lovely
Mr.
guy.
Rajiv Bhatia, who became Akshay Kumar.
Yeah. In fact, when you talk about sport, he's honestly, in terms of fitness, he's probably the fittest guy around. And
Brilliant, yeah.
and I totally love him. And he taught me a lot. And when the energy is so positive with someone like him and so sporty like him, you make films
Right.
Sala, Desi Boys, Houseful. Maybe we're jumping around, throwing each other around. So it's nice to be around people who are positive, and he's one of the positive influences that
Positive guys.
in my life also. So I think at ISM, and I'll reach out to Akshay also, and I'll tell him that he must chat with you guys.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And John, that's another wonderful point, like your other friends, right? Abhishek and
Yeah.
Ranbir. And so, it's great to have what we call the celebrity quotient coming in to kind of inspire sports, whether it's
Yeah.
kabaddi, football, hockey.
Because especially where Abhishek is concerned, let me tell you, from all the football owners that we have, probably the one who's most involved, more than me, if not as much as me, is Abhishek Bachchan. He's got a kabaddi team, Jaipur
Yeah.
Pink Panthers. He's got Chennai FC,
Chennai.
and
Yeah.
he's so passionate, and he's such a good guy from his heart. He's a good boy. He understands sport and he follows sport, and I'm a big fan of his. And I really think he's one of the most brilliant actors we have, and
True.
I love for him to do better and better.
Absolutely. And a great balance he's got. In fact, that brings me to another very dear friend of yours who I got to know because of you, MSD, Mahi. When he came into the cricket team, and he was madly in love with your persona. Imagine growing his hair like how it was yours, cut his hair with like how it was yours. Common style is Sapna.
Yeah.
It was his birthday. So happy birthday to Mahi from...
Big happy birthday to him. He's been, I think, Mahendra Singh Dhoni is everything that stands for India. You think about India, you think about Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So I think what Mahi brings to the table, and he's not in touch with me that often because he's busy with his own life and
Right.
own family and all that. But huge respect for the guy. He's such a solid person, and he deserves all the respect that he gets, not only from Indians but from his opponents as well. And
Right.
very important to, I think any youngster, if he had to, talking about ISM, any youngster, if he had to model his life, model it on a sports person rather than a film star. Very simply putting
That's
it.
right.
Why? Because
That's
sports
right.
are far more
That's
disciplined.
right.
And they're the real heroes. I mean, if you ask me, I think the army, they're the real heroes. But outside of that, it's the sports people and no one else. We have to play roles in our lives. We change roles and we try and inspire people. So the films that work are films like MS Dhoni,
Right.
Bhag Milka Bhag. So
Right.
it's really inspirational. So for all the youngsters out there, Virat Kohli, I mean, what a fantastic guy. I don't know him personally. I'll be very honest with you. But, he's an inspiration for the youth. And
Right.
that's what you need. You need inspirational models, and Virat Kohli is one of them. So hats off to modeling his life, living his life. Fantastic.
In fact, what you said is right. John, whenever I need some inspiration, when we have our bad days, I have some bad days, I switch on the MSD film. I watch the Mahendra Singh Dhoni story, and it kind of inspires me back.
Right.
So, the hardships. And what you said, you were so cute on, we are blood brothers in some form. In my previous one of the episodes, I said that the army and sports people, these are two people we would always stand up and salute to, because they go and they do this for the country. Yes, of course, all of us try and do revenue, but truly they are the souls who fight it for the country, right? Whether on the sporting field or if required on the war field. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
right. John, coming to fitness, and like you said, right, fitness is discipline for you. And I remember once when you told me, treat fitness or exercise like your girlfriend, or for others like your boyfriend. If you could share with us those ethos as well for our audience, and how important beyond just what people call, I have to go to the gym, and how important is it to kind of embrace it on a daily basis?
How do I tell people? I mean, I said this once. I said, you sometimes as youngsters, you go out and have an affair with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I think it's important to have an affair with yourself, love yourself, and actually go there and work out in a gym. And when I say workout, it doesn't just necessarily mean lift weights. It means, do things that make you happy in terms of fitness. Could be going for a walk, could be going for a jog, going for a swim, just doesn't mean weightlifting. And I feel that makes a big difference to your life. I remember, and I said this earlier also, someone came in to click a photograph with me in a gym. And I said,
Okay.
Sir, 2 minutes dena, please. He didn't stop. He said, Sir, एक photo खींचना. I asked him, Sir, आप मंदिर, मस्जिद, church, कहीं तो जाते होगे? He saying, हाँ. I said, ये मेरा मंदिर है, ये मेरी मस्जिद है, और ये मेरा church है. मुझे, please.
Well,
He understood, because people understand. For me, fitness is my religion. Very
yeah.
simple. The minute I said that, he understood. He stepped
He
back.
got it.
Finished my workout, and I shot a photograph with him. But I think people should understand that you need to take care of your health, because if you don't have your health, you have nothing.
Right.
That's why all the youngsters just stay fit, yeah, because that way you can reduce the probability of falling sick. Very
Right.
important.
It's as good as, for your life's sake, at least follow fitness. And John, a related thing is the healthy lifestyle of eating right? Which
Yeah.
you've always advised friends like me. Remember Ashu, Yumi, when we sat down, and all your other buddies, you've always advised how important it is to eat right.
Yeah.
And currently in this whole lockdown period as well.
Yeah, so I'm, just for your knowledge, barring eggs, I think occasionally I'm fully vegetarian. I have nothing today, just vegetarian food. I'm very happy with it. And I enjoy my food. I have normal food, बाजरा जवार नाचनी रोटी, जो हर कोई खाता है. मैं तो पब्लिक को बोलता हूँ कि मतलब if you want to eat healthy food, you have to spend less. Stop eating sugar, stop having oil, stop having ghee, stop having this, that. They're like, what? And I say, यार बंद करो ये सब कुछ. Eat healthy, feel good about yourself, and you'll be fine.
Stick to the basics.
Stick to basics.
Absolutely. माँ का खाना, डैडी का खाना, या बीवी का खाना in our case, right? I'm having dal chawal and enjoying it at home.
माँ का खाना and all this you say, na. I think there's a generation that doesn't understand that, eating healthy is good. They say, beta खा और खा. तू पतली लग रही है, तू ये लग रही है. They don't understand, that today it's very important to understand. और आपके इतने सारे options are, like, everybody is on YouTube, everybody is on Instagram, everybody is always watching something or the other. You can educate yourself, and that's what I'm going to do. True. Actually. Once this period is over, I'm going to start sending out fitness videos, for people, just to basic videos where everybody can follow, not body dikhane ke liye. Basic things that people can follow so that you can have an improved lifestyle.
Thank you, John. And in fact, that was what I was trying to lead to from sports, and it's related, right? Fitness and nutrition. Yeah. That industry is right now evolving and evolving well. We have so many trainers and coaches. So we look forward to yourself, people like yourself who've been advocating that, who've been living that on a day-to-day basis for years.
Yeah, I think it's important.
So
that's why.
So, John,
follow sports people. Don't follow actors so much, because we're not really the best example. I think sports people are fantastic, and you learn a lot from them. Any sports person, could be kabaddi, cricket, football, from any one of them. Follow any one of them. They really understand lifestyle better than we do.
Right. That importance of discipline, right? That importance of going out for your goal, because you have that limited period to kind of achieve those goals in the sporting field, right? So important.
लेकिन आपके लाइफ में तो पूरी लाइफ पड़ी आपके सामने. You can really do yourself, if you just take care of your health. And I think that's very important, looking out for your health. For everybody, girls, boys, everybody.
at whatever age. John, so currently, apart from ISL and you also associate with HIL, any other sport or league you would want to be associated with in the months or years ahead for India or globally?
Well, I want
Like
to
you
start.
mentioned,
I'll tell you what I want to really start. I want to start a racing academy for young kids from the age of
fantastic.
7, 8, 9, 10 to start learning how to ride motorcycles in a safe environment on a racetrack. I want to see a Indian motorcycle racing superstar, you know, and that's what I want to do. Pick up youngsters and again mindset कि बेटा बाइक मत चला एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा वो पता है हो सकता है रास्ते पे if you're an idiot and you're riding without a helmet. But if you're in a safe environment on a racetrack, I think it's great. I ride on a racetrack whenever I travel. I do 320 kilometers an hour, 330 kilometers an hour on a straight. It's on a racetrack. You're protected. It's not dangerous. You can go fast.
Right.
Taught how to turn. You're taught how to do many things. You're taught how to hit the apex. So I want to do that with youngsters here. I want to start a motorcycle racing academy. That's what I want to do. We have a football academy in the northeast of India, one in Guwahati. I'd like to start a football academy in Shillong as well soon, and maybe in Imphal, Aizawl. And I'd like to create more superstars in football, in motorcycling, in this country, at least, that can make our country proud. Because why is cricket so popular in India? Because we have the best cricket players in the world. Simple.
Right.
Why is football not as popular? Because we don't have the best football players.
Don't have to.
We have to create stars, set them abroad, let them play in the best leagues in the world. And then probably you'll get a Messi in your life one day.
Absolutely. Waiting for those days. And you do a lot of grassroots, right? So that's so important. Bringing it from the grassroots and bring it here.
Very important.
And John, looking forward, we can also have a Northeast United Academy in Mumbai as well, or Delhi, or wherever people are. A lot of Insta questions came in. When can John sir start an NEU football club academy in our cities?
I would love to start an academy in every state, city of this country. But like I said, for me right now, financially, because I'm just one individual, it's a little difficult. And most of the youngsters who are running the other football clubs are backed by their billionaire fathers. So they say, Papa, ये चाहिए, and they get it. John Abraham को वैसे कुछ नहीं मिलता है. John Abraham को करना पड़ता है उसके लिए. So I have to work really hard. But yeah, I would like to start academies everywhere, and I want in India and the Northeast also to know that I feel for the club from my heart, and I really want to apologize to especially people from the Northeast, because our club didn't do well last season, but I put every effort in to try and make sure that we do fantastic, and I want to make the region proud.
Right. No, John, I'm sure we will have some support. I'm sure some viewers from here and others will watch this. Some billions hopefully will come, and I'll stand by with that for you.
Thank you, buddy.
Nilesh will stand by here for you. I think a lot of us would want to back it up for you as well, for your passion.
Thank you.
So John, as we move to like a finale, John, I think I'm losing a little light in your face there. So I don't know if you have a light option to switch it on or
light. Yeah.
Natural light, yeah. So we did a little Insta session questions, and I have some questions with your permission, if I may shoot out to you. Some viewers have asked some questions, John.
Right.
How will you rate the importance of fitness and healthy life? Yugang Gupta said this. So you already kind of more broadly answered this question. Yeah. So Yugang, I hope you got your...
Yeah, Yugan. Hi, Yugan. And exactly, you got your answer in my conversation.
Right. Another question is, what is the impact of Hero ISL on Indian football? This was from Harshal Patole, Junior_Patole. Is that the impact which Hero ISL has had on Indian football?
Yeah, so I think that's a good question. And I, again, give credit to Mukesh Ambani and Neeta Ambani. And I give credit where it's due, very honestly. Star Sports also. We've really, Hero ISL has raised the standard and the level of football in the country. It has. Unfortunately or fortunately, whether people like it or not, it has. And I think we still have a long way to go.
Sure.
Way to go. So we're not completely there. But the effort, at least some individual team owners like me, is to make sure that whether the ISL is there, not there, now that we own a certain franchise, we want to make the most and get youngsters into, grassroots and send them abroad to train in the best academies in the world and come back
And
and
come
probably
back.
fantastic teams. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're bringing in for international players, you're bringing coaches like yourself. You keep bringing
Yeah.
these wonderful coaches. So I think great exposure for our players here in India, right?
So
So that's that.
a guy called Khalid Jamil, he is, I'm telling you, he's as good as any international coach in the world. He's fantastic. It's just that we have to give him the opportunity at the right time. And trust me, the guy can do wonders. And I think
True.
the same for our players. We've got some fantastic, like I've got a boy called Mavia, who plays in the number 6, number 8 position. International. That boy is better than many of the international players. He's a boy from the Northeast. Outstanding. And I've got many other players. I can name all my players off in a rattle like this. But
Yeah, yeah.
there's some talent that is absolutely outstanding. And I think it's just about getting them in the forefront.
True that, yeah. So I got that. A couple of other quick fires, and this we can go very quickly. So we had about 40, 50 questions which came in, and the team just sent me. This is in jest. What is the size of his arms? This is by Jizan Kapoor.
No, now it's not. Now it's not much. Now it may be about 17 and a half. It used to be when there was a time that I did a film called Force One. My arms were
Oh,
20 inches, so that was massive, massive. But I also about 101 kilos of pure muscle. Then today I'm just 90 kilos. I'm not really, even my lean phase, I'm 90 kilos because I'm 6'1" and a half, so physically, it's very difficult to put me against someone on screen because of my size. So I have to keep reducing my weight and size to match people. Otherwise, it becomes
the
very,
person.
unless I'm doing a film like Rocky Handsome or I'm doing a film like Force or Satyamev Jayate, these films where I'm ripping tires, pulling out engines.
You're a standout character in that
Yeah.
frame of it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. In fact, I remember the Force days, John. I was comparing my thighs to your arms.
Yeah, it was fun, that size, but it's also important that it's very important to play the character. Like I'm doing a film called Mumbai Saga, and I
Yeah.
saw Mumbai just 2 days ago, and I'm so happy with it because it's all about performance, very intense performances, and I'm just so happy looking at it. And Imran Hashmi is in Mumbai Saga, and
Right.
what a job he's done. I'm a big fan of his, and he's done a fantastic job. I think he's going to walk away with a lot of the film, and I'm just so excited to see him on screen.
I'm sure. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. I mean, it's good
Yeah,
to see you back as the gangster boy.
yeah, absolutely.
So very quickly, John, a couple of more. This is an interesting one. If he would be any sports person for a day, who would it be? This is from Vikas Vishwakarma. If you had to be any sports person
I think
for a day,
Roger Federer, because Roger Federer is the most gracious, most down to earth, most simple human being, and he's a legend. He's a legend. So I think, and even in tennis, he plays tennis so beautifully and effortlessly.
yeah,
But I would
true.
be Roger Federer because of his humility. He's another
So
level.
grounded.
So grounded. Yeah.
And even at this age, he's out there competing against the youngsters and the new generation and still battling it out with those 5 setters, right? So hats off. Great, great choice, John. This is another interesting one on fitness. What was the reason for his realization that he needed to get into the health trail? This is by MI2, Mitasha. What was the reason that you actually embraced health and fitness so strongly?
See, I always enjoyed being fit. I played football all my life. I used to love 100 and 200 meters and the relay. I used to be the athletics champion in school. So I've always loved sport. But to get into serious fitness and weight training, I think honestly, to give credit where it's due, I remember watching Rocky 4 and seeing Sylvester Stallone. And I said, man, brilliant, man, I want to
That's
do that. And I just got into it, and it was a lot of fun just training like that. No pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. I really enjoyed the process.
wow, wonderful. Uh, there were lots of other questions, John, and this is, of course, a lot of love coming for you. And I think you know this person, a common friend, Rima Sangvi, who runs who sets Pinkerton with Milland. The
Right.
secret of his hotness.
Oh, see, I think first of all, it's a very subjective thing. I think there are people out there who are tuning in who don't find me attractive at all, and there's no problem with that. There are people who think that, yeah, there is something to this guy, which is also decent. But the important thing is, as long as you believe that you're a regular human being, it's good. The minute you start thinking you're too cool for the world is where the problem starts. And I don't think I'm too cool for the world. I think I'm a struggler. I think I work hard. I think I try and prove a point with every film of mine. And I believe that these values are the values that actually push me to another level. So I honestly, I don't think I'm hot. I don't think anything. But I just think I work hard. I think that's important.
I think that inner brightness, the inner soul gives out so much brightness that you look hot anyway, Jonah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, and important what you said, right? The sporting spirit, when we embrace sports and the whole culture of trying to follow sports sets you up, right?
Yeah.
John, lots of the questions were somebody said, how is he so handsome? Sanchali Arora said that. Give our love to him. We would like to meet him. You are the inspiration to a lot of people. So thank you for you being you, John, for the many years that you've been both on screen as well as off screen. And
for my work. So I think you're the best validation to tell this audience. And honestly, you must tell them whether I've actually changed from then till now or I've not changed, because they need to understand that your attitude and your personality has to stay the same. You can't behave like a star in your head just because you are in the films. Am I right or wrong, Shaju?
You are 100 and into 100. 1000% the same guy who I knew 25 years back, John. In fact, if I may say, I remember calling you up from your old house in Andheri East. Remember, a friend of mine wanted to ride the bike from Bombay to Bangalore for a good cause from the Dadar flyover, which was not a flyover then. And he said, Tera ek dost ko le aana who likes fitness and bikes. He said, John. I said, I don't know. I'll try. So I called you and then I asked him what time. He said 6 in the morning. I said, are you crazy? But remember, I came to pick you up and you actually so graciously came 6 in the morning to flag him off. And then we went and had, I think, Gurji Pav and Adi Rani. But really, John, you are the same. And thank you for being the same like that for so long.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Jonna, I don't know. I mean, there have been so many questions which have flipped up. There have been more than what I could read. But I've got one question. How important is it to invest in budding talent for the future of sports in India? I mean, we know the answer. Yeah, but what would be your thoughts on it?
Important thing. I say this, you could be from any country in the world. You could be from Nepal, India, Pakistan, United States of America, Afghanistan, United Kingdom. You have to invest in your talent in your country to create stars from your country. You cannot start looking outside and get, foreigners to come and play and up your game. You can't do that. You have to invest in your talent. And that's why grassroots is very important. Have grassroots. Right. Is the most important thing. And that's what we at Northeast United FC are only concerned with. People say, yeah, you're doing well today, you're not doing well tomorrow, but they forget that we are concentrating only on youngsters. We train youngsters from the age of 9, 10, 11, 12 to become players for tomorrow.
True that. Absolutely. So that age, that 8 to 10, 10 to 12 age is so important, both as parents. Like today, my 12-year-old, I'm grooming him. If you like football, if you like any other sport, like Anisa likes basketball, I say, play it. Let's see what comes out. So, John, such an important thing. And if we can strike that balance between nurturing the talent and bringing out sports professionals, which is what I'm hoping sports institutes do. So then we have professionals who let that talent, blossom out and look after everything.
Absolutely. That's where ISM comes in. And thank you for making that happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And John, then truly is what we'll see India as a sporting nation for the future, right? What we try to say. In fact, I had asked this question to Nilesh as well, that can we get sports as a compulsory subject in school?
It should be. It should. I don't know why it's not still. It's shameful, but it should be.
And I believe a lot of groundwork is happening now. So, fingers crossed that the day that happens, very naturally, the youngsters, the kids, and of course, parents will kind of embrace that. And then we look forward to a sporting nation as India.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So John, I can go on, but we are almost reaching the timeline of what we do. So I don't want to get it cut off suddenly in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Any finale shots from you for a finale episode? Because we are now down to.
Definitely. I just like you said, I want youngsters to concentrate on discipline, concentrate on sport, be good human beings. And I keep saying this because sport is about having discipline inside yourself. So don't differentiate between people on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, on the basis of color, on the basis of money. Just treat everyone the same, and trust me, you'll become a better human being. Be very, very kind to animals. And I always say this, and people say, why do you talk about animals so much? And I say, because they teach you more than what humans can't teach you. They teach you love, they teach you kindness, they teach you everything. So just
they teach you loyalty,
they teach
selfless
you
love, yeah.
For all the people out there, one of the nicest things, and I'll tell you, this is a very common thing amongst most sports people, Shaju, and they've done a research on this, which you probably would be surprised, but you'd also understand, is most sports people, 99.99% of sports people are animal lovers. There is some correlation.
Wow.
There. So
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's 99.99, probably 100%, because the respect that they have for all other kinds of living beings makes them what they are today. Sports people
true that.
Then let me give you Virat Kohli's example or Mahendra Singh Dhoni's example. Simple two people right in front of you. Love animals, love their dogs, take care of stray dogs. These are the kind of people you want as role models. So I tell people, don't differentiate people on the basis of color, caste, religion, country,
region, country.
Treat everyone the same. Everyone should be your friend. Everyone should be your friend. No one should be your enemy. Respect. Be very proud of the country you come from. I'm very proud to be Indian. It's the proudest thing that I can feel in my heart. But respect everybody else for their choices, and let's have a very equal society, because in sport, everyone's equal.
Everything is equal, yeah. And I know that you have the Indian tricolor in your wardrobe, which is kept there as always, right? The Indian flag. John, could you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I lost you.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I'm aware that you keep the Indian tricolor very, very carefully in your wardrobe, the Indian flag.
Yeah, very close.
The love for the nation. Yeah.
Very, very.
Absolutely.
Very close to my heart. And that's something that I'm very proud of.
So John, really, once again, thank you so much. Great that we could have this opportunity on behalf of all of us, the fans, the viewers, the students. Special thanks from Nilesh and Rasika. In fact, Nilesh had a line here that, what do you see the future of sports? I think you kind of articulated it beautifully in the last.
The future of sport is very simple. The minute you have, you take out the bureaucracy, you take out the blessed politicians, and I think you'll have a fantastic future for sport in any country, and the same for our country. Have sports people run it, have good administrators, and we have a bright future.
Through that. Thank you again. So from Nilesh, Rasika, Team ISM, Team Ignite, a couple of my guys, we've not been to office. They've been working diligently every day. So thank you to Aditya and Vikas behind the scenes. And John, my home production is on the job. Anisa and Sean have been my in-house team. Anisa has been my stylist. Sean has been my video editor.
You look good. You look good. You look good.
Yeah. Sorry?
You look good. Keep smiling.
Yeah, of course, the backbone, right? Nilu's at it, handling the production, chai, coffee, lights, look, feel, all that. So it's been a home production, this SportOn series. And, couldn't have had it better to kind of get season 1 going. We just kind of planned this on a whim, Nilesh, Rasika and me.
Right.
And we said, let's try and do this to bring in beautiful insights and experiences. And what a wonderful session learning we've had with you. So season 1, SportOn series. Sorry, John, you want to say something?
No, exactly what you're saying. I wish you the best. I wish ISM the best. And I wish sport is made a part of every school's curriculum.
True that. Amen to that, John. And see you soon. Once we are back to some kind of normalcy days, I want to hop in and we'll have a chat over chai and again, rediscuss all about our future lifestyles.
Thank you. See you. Wish you all the best, Shaju.
Bye. God bless. And thank you to all of you viewers. This is SportOn series, calling it off for season 1. This was episode 7, and hopefully we shall be back with you soon with a season 2 very, very soon once Nilesh and Team ISM gets it up. Until then, like I say, stay sporty and stay happy. And John, thank you once again, buddy.
Bye.
I'll see you.
Bye. Bye.